Welcome back to the Flow Friday Sports Show, and it's time to look at Northern Areas Footy, which kicks off with 3 big games tomorrow. And joining me to deliver the report, as he has for many, many years now, it is Spud McKay. How are you, Spud?
I'm good, thanks, Dan. Yeah, it's terrific weather at the moment, if you're not looking for rain.
Yes, that's right. Nice and sunny. I've been told you've got a pretty extensive farming background, so how's the farm going? Everything going well?
Well, the sheep are looking forward to us. Every time they see us with a calf of any sort, they want to come running to us because we're having to hand feed, of course. But apart from that, no, it's all good. I know that most of us would like to see a rain sort of around Anzac Day, but it's not the be-all and end-all, because quite often some of our best years have been when it doesn't break until June, and that's what the forecast is for this year, so we just have to wait and see. But as long as when it starts, it keeps going, that's the main thing.
That's it. Well, rain, hail, wind, shine, snow, doesn't matter what tomorrow brings. The footy is back in Northern Areas football, so let's get into the round 1 action. Jamestown Peterborough travelling to Crystal Brook for their first game of the year. How do you see this one playing out?
Yes, they are, and Matty Coates is coaching Crystal Brook once again, and you would think that Crystal Brook will be the same as last year, if not a little bit better, because they've got Braden Kirk returns to them full-time. He was back for a couple of matches there last year, but he was down with the Port Magpies, and he had a run down there. He'll come back and he'll be supported, or we'll be supporting Will Coombe, who won the male medal here last year for us. So he's that combination will be very important to them. Plus they picked up a couple of new ones in Tate Manning and Miles Jackson. For Jamestown Peterborough, they've got a new coach there, Tom Sheridan. He comes in as their A-grade coach, having done their B-grade last year, and from all accounts, Tom is doing a really good job. He's and I saw him with his B-grade presentation last year. He had virtually a nickname for every player, and it was quite entertaining at their presentation night to listen to him speak. So I'm sure the players are enjoying that side of him. And then, of course, they've got a couple of new players back, or not back, but Wyatt McKinnon is one that's coming in, along with Henry Hall, who is returning from having a stint up at Roxley. So there's a couple of ins for them. And then that you would expect that Jamestown Peterborough would be maybe a little bit better than last year, because all their younger players, they've had 12 months playing senior football now, so it will be interesting to see whether they've progressed on to that next level you need to get to if you want to get up and play finals. So that would be all. And I would mention that Jamestown Peterborough, Nathan Obbs is coaching their B grade, and Wyatt McKinnon, who I just mentioned, he's coaching the senior Colts, and Adam Kataris is doing their juniors. So pretty well served in the coaching department there by all those, and it'll be should be a good game. Very hard to say who's actually going to win it, but if you're looking at any way to go, maybe Crystal Brook because of the home ground advantage.
All right, sounds like a genuine coin toss there in that one. Just back to Coach Sheridan having a nickname for all the players. Do you ever wonder how he manages to remember them all? Has he got a notepad with them all written down, or what's the go there?
That's a very good point, because at presentation night we were trying to say, well, hang on, who's he referring to with that nickname? Unless you're in the inner circle, you do struggle to know what his nicknames are.
Oh, great stuff. Well, I'm sure he'll have more nicknames popping up as the season goes on. But yes, big game there to start the season for both Crystal Brook and Jamestown Peterborough. Orroroo taking on Southern Flinders. Orroroo home game in that one. How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, same thing. Tom Moten is their coach again, having coached them to the premiership last year. They came from 4th and got right through and finished up winning the premiership. So Tom it took him a while, but they eventually got his style of play going. 3 big ins there, Isaac Moller, who comes in from BSR, Xavier Redden from RSMU, and Tom Head from Solly's. three big ins. All those players, I reckon they might have played zone, the whole lot of them, but if not, they are close to zone players. So that will make, I think, Orroroo stronger than what they were last year. Whereas Southern Flinders has got a new coach in Scott Brand. Now, Scott's been coaching underage or assisting underage at Norwood, and he has coached Southern Flinders before and done a really good job with them. So I'm looking for him. He'll be looking to sort of improve on the grounding that he's got quite a few there. 7 or so players come up from their premiership side in 2022, and they were. That was the first premiership they'd ever won in senior college for Southern Flinders. So there's some pretty good footballers coming along with them, along with Zeke Kay, who returned to them, and they picked up Matt and Jake Spenceley from down in the hills there. So Southern Flinders, you think maybe a little bit better, but it's going to be a hard ask. You'd have to say Orroroo would go in as favourites anyway, but you'll be watching this game to see whether Southern Flinders can sort of, match them a little bit better than what they were able to do last year.
All right, so that's the challenge for Southern Flinders as they head to Orroroo tomorrow. And lucky last but not least, Broughton Mundura are hosting at BMW.
Yes, so same two coaches here. Tommy Whelan is doing Broughton Mundura and Alec Kanga is doing BMW. And Broughton Mundura they want to go another couple of steps up the ladder this year if they can, whereas BMW, having played in the grand final last year and only losing it by a small margin, would be looking to try and make sure they can go that one more step and actually win the premiership. The ins for Broughton Mundura, Aaron Laverty and Ben Gatenbeek is the two big ins for them. And Caden Harrison should be pretty handy in defence for them. Sam Dyer, he kicked over 50 goals for Broughton last year. He'd be their main focal point up forward. For BMW, their coach, Alec Kanga, in the centre is always very good. They picked up Jack Muirhead from Port Augusta, Tom Drew from BBH. That'll strengthen their midfield. And then Tyson Christopherson returns to them along with William Hall. So should be a really good match, this one. And maybe it'll be interesting to see whether BMW can just get that bit of a harder edge on them this year. That was all that brought them down in the grand final there last year against Orroroo, was the fact that they were not quite able to match the physical commitment that Orroroo had. But this is another year, and I reckon they got the basis there to go and do it again. But be looking forward to the results from this game. And again, trying to pick a winner is pretty hard, but it should be a really tight game. And either of these two sides, but maybe if you go, say, Broughton Mundura for home ground again. But that's the general thing when you're tipping, isn't it? Go for home ground advantage, unless you're in the AFL, where last week it was all the away teams that seemed to win.
That's right. Home ground advantage, it comes in handy until it doesn't. And a few 50-50s in the AFL this week. I reckon a few people would have been relying on home ground advantage. But there we have it. That is round one in the Northern Areas Football Association. Spud, enjoy the action this weekend. Great to be getting back into footy season. And I look forward to chatting with you again next Friday.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. We'll catch you next week.